Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I was due in Nashville, Tennessee, and welcome to Banished. Or should I say, I banish you from everything you know, everything you love, everyone you've ever held has turned their backs on you. Now, you and me are busy on a journey not of exploration, but of complete collapse. We have been given up and been given to nothing other than just tending to this tiny little flock of people here. And if you look, they're all so tiny down there. I'm playing, much like in chess, I'm playing this man in a helicopter who yells at the people to do things until I kill the enemy king, or at least trap him so he is without power. He's essentially like... okay, the way I play chess is kind of like the other king has like... has like an electrical place, and I have to just shut that down. Okay, this is kind of getting away from me, but essentially the people down there are my pawns, and right now I'm just kind of getting a lay of the land here. This is all my terrain, everything I survey. I can kind of tilt the camera up or down, but it's not really a good way to do that. Let's see. One of these is the map button. Okay, great. So we've got a lake here. It's not a very impressive lake. Got another lake here. Oh, this one has a river running through it, though. And it looks like our camp itself is kind of set up just north of the first lake here. So in order, or at least that first storage barn, and in order for us to establish a settlement of our little disenfranchised, disenchanted, disowned people here, of which we have approximately some number, let's pull up our little stats thing here. Okay, we have 18 people without homes. We need to get all of them into houses. Let's move some of these little boxes around until we've got a UI that we're comfortable with. Now, I can assign each of these people professions except for the children, because that's cruel. Which is, it's funny, a lot of people think the word cruel has been around forever, but it's actually derived from the name Cruella de Vil from Disney's 101 Dalmatians. It's funny, I know, but people just do not keep track of etymology. Well, the way that trading works in this game, we're going to want to establish our city to be, or to have access to a river, like this one here. So I'm thinking that we're generally going to want to build our colony along this kind of narrow pass here. It's not ideal, but it's better than going through this mountain, and there's nothing up here that's worth really trading into or out of. Man, all these little tiny baby creeks. So anyway, every time you play this game, it procedurally generates the map. And so what we're going to do, as we've now got a good lay of the land, we are going to come over here, and we're going to start building some different structures, like roads or houses, things like that. So if I wanted to put some dirt paths down, first thing I'm going to do is connect my little outdoor storage area, and this is where all your lumber, your iron, and your logs go, and your stone. And this is your barn here. Barns are where your tools, hide coats, and potatoes go. And so essentially, indoor stuff gets stored in here, outdoor stuff gets stored over here. So, let's see. We have 18 people that need houses. Presumably, these 8 children live with these 4 or 5 adult families. So, we will need 5 homes. We'll want the homes to be near the market, and we'll want the market to be near the trading post. So, unfortunately, this is just such a terrible barn location. It's sad. It really is. I have not surveyed this until just now with you. I'm guessing I'm just going to start kind of building my houses along here, and so let's see. We will select a home, and now we can rotate this with the magic of keyboard shortcuts. You might have heard of them. They are pretty exciting. And so we're just going to kind of split the houses up a little bit, give them some space away from each other. Now, in the meantime, we're going to need to start building some forestry things. So, like, you know, people will come out in the woods over here and chop down trees and then use those trees to accumulate new lumber. Because if you... This game is really big on resource management. So, if we... Let's go ahead and actually start the clock here while these people are hanging out. Oh, enjoy your early spring snowing. Okay, good. Wonderful. So these guys, if I start, I need to assign some of these to be builders for the time being to just kind of get these houses underway. I can also speed this up, but I don't want to go too fast since I'm talking, and so it's going to be real easy for me to... Oh, you know what I should also do is plant a farm before it gets too far into the season here. So let's go ahead and build a nice little... I don't know what the optimal size field is, so I'm just going to go with 8 by 4 because, you know, why not? And what do we want to plant? Ooh, we got wheat and we got pumpkins to choose from. So I'm going to go ahead and plant wheat in this one, and I'm going to go ahead and set up a second field right next to it here. And in this field, we will put pumpkins. Yay. Now we need to set 2 farmers as well. So they'll start planting these crops here, and then once all the crops are planted, they'll go help do other things. So anyway, where was I? Forestry hut. We need to start getting lumber. So now this orange or yellow ring here is the radius that these guys will work within. So I need to kind of fill that radius with as many trees as possible. So, boom, there's my forestry lodge. And I'll probably want to build a road out there eventually. That's actually kind of nice, but whatever. Let's get these guys into houses because all of this snowing and not having homes is probably going to be pretty brutal on their faces. I don't know if you know this, but if you expose a face to ice or snow for a while, it gets particularly unpleasant. Now, we can also tell some of the people that if they have free time to start clearing out the stones and the iron from around here. So they'll just get to that whenever they get to that. That's fine. Now, let's see. In terms of lumber, we probably want to clear out some of the lumber over here away from our forestry area because we're going to probably put more buildings along this path. Now, let me make sure that this is indeed safe to put roads along. So if I was like, oh, good, it's too steep. Dang it. It's probably just too... yeah, so it's too steep for a road, too narrow for a tunnel. So what we'll probably end up doing is actually having our path connect over to here, and then we'll build a bridge. We can rotate our camera angle. So let's see, we'll go ahead and build a wood bridge across this creek. Nope, can't do that. Really? Okay. Well, man, so we're just kind of terribly landlocked here. They're just not going to have a nice road. I think that they'll be able to walk up this. It's just too steep for me to build a road. Ugh. Terrible. Let's see. Well, whatever. Either way, we're going to pull out those trees. We've got our houses started. Now, you see these little ice symbols. Those mean that these people need, what do you call it? Firewood. Firewood is one of the 5 ancient Chinese elements. The others being scrap metal, rock candy. This is not a joke I prepared in advance. Watermelon and air balloons. Okay, good joke, everyone. Good joke. Okay, next thing. Let's, okay, so we're getting a little alert that the reserve of firewood is indeed low, which I could have and, in fact, did tell you. So we're going to make room for this woodcutter here. And so that way he's just nice and close to the storage areas here. And so people will come and work on building this wood-cutting thing. Let's see. We can also go ahead and get some herbs and spices for our chicken later by building an herbalist out here. Like the forester, the herbalist hut needs to be kind of out and away from everything else. So let's see. Let's make sure that radius has a lot of woods around it. Okay, it does indeed. Well, you know what? Let's let these guys kind of do what they're doing first. Okay, so is this planted at all? Yes. Okay, so it looks like... So they're busy planting these seeds, and stuff's starting to come up, and that's nice. Okay, excellent. So hopefully we will not starve to death. Hopefully we will not freeze to death. Hopefully everybody will not deathly anything. It will all be good. It will be sunshine and daffodils. But realistically, much like chess, these people are not going to die of old age. So if I speed this up here, we can get our forestry hut coming along slowly but surely. They're bringing in the logs now. We are not doing great in terms of timber. So let's see, this guy is busy over here getting our wheat ready. It is now late spring, so we got some crops beginning to pop up. You know what we might want to set up as well is a orchard. Now, the thing about orchards is they don't provide food immediately. It takes some time for them to kind of come together right now. But let's go ahead and just pop that out right there. And we can set that... Ooh, peaches. So we're going to go ahead and recruit another farmer. And he'll start prepping that. We don't want to put a lot of resources into the orchard quite yet, because there's going to be, honestly, nobody to take advantage of it. How are we doing on stone, logs, and iron? We're doing passably well, but not ideally. Okay, so this forestry hut is starting to come together. Great, great, great. Now, I don't want to start building anything else until we start making some real progress on this and the woodcutters, because winter is going to be cold out there, campers. And I hope you got your booties on, because otherwise you're all going to die. Once again, much like the people that I control in chess. Oh good, there's an alert that I'm low on food. So, what do we want to do when we're low on food? Why don't we start a fish and dock club? Okay, this is the part that goes in the water, this is the part that doesn't. Okay, this is too steep in most places, but not right here. So, that's good. So let's move that out as far as we can into the water there. And we're going to build a little path to it. Let's see, here's my path tool. Boom. Path constructed. Great. So that's going to require more logs, which we don't have yet. So let's keep track of that. Okay, this thing is ready to go, so we can give it some of my workers. Oh wow, we're up to 12 workers, because some of our children apparently got older, or whatever it is that they do. Okay, good, good. Well, our crops are ready to harvest already, so that will help us with the not starving to death part of our plan. And so once these guys are finished harvesting these for the summer, I might have them go and help out over at the orchard. And so what I can do, I don't think that they'll be able to get a whole nother harvest in before the end of the season. So I'm going to set these two fields to work. And then I'm going to say, hey, all three of these guys should come help plant over here. So that'll speed all that up. Meantime, our fishing village over here is definitely coming along. And our woodcutters is also nearly done. So that's great. So hopefully, okay, see how we got 0 amount of stored firewood? We're going to fix that right away. Whoops. Only can have one guy working there. Okay, great. So, if I look at my profession list, we've got 4 laborers, which is like just people who are generically doing whatever they can. We got a bunch of other people. Our little peach orchard is coming along nicely. Once again, that won't really render us anything for a while. Let's go ahead get 2 people over here at our fishing dock and remove 2 from the orchard. So these fishing dock people can provide food year-round. You want to vary the sorts of food that you have in your village, because it keeps people from getting sick, which is really important when you're, trying to not have everyone die all at once. So let's put in a hunting cabin out here. Wow, that's snowing out. So now that it's snowing out, I might as well have my orchard fella stop working in the orchard too. Let's go ahead and set this up like, like so right here. And we're going to go ahead and set up a gatherer's hut, which is like a nuts and berries and figs and wafers and whatnot person. Okay, reserve of logs is also low. That's not ideal. Now, we can manually clear out some of this timber just to avoid, actually running out of logs, which we're going to need to build anyway. And I think these little mining symbols is where the iron can be found. So, boom, there we go. People are just... Oh, maybe that's just... No, that just means that those trees are marked for removal. Interesting. Great. So, our little fisher dudes over here have already got us 189 fish, which is nice. We've got 8 stored clothes, which is not terrible. Let's go ahead and remove our orchard from being worked for right now, because it should, take care of itself over the winter. It's an orchard. Let's see, this woodcutter here can't work until more trees are available. So, oh wow, he's made 113 firewood already, so he's doing well. Let's get So we got plenty of building going on. Everything seems to be running pretty smoothly. We can go ahead and add a person to our Forester's Lodge and add a person to our Fishing Lodge for right now. And once winter passes, we'll have them kind of resume other duties.